Hello, everybody. This is Juan from Juan talking about Juan, and which is a relaunch, kind of whatever, of the Zanga weekly update, which might be bi-weekly or whatever. I'll put this out whenever I feel like I have something to say. This one's a little bit of an introduction, whatever. I'm not going to explain a whole lot about me. If you really want to know, I'm sure things will get filled in as we go along. I'm going to try to keep these down to 5 minutes plus the little production bits at the beginning and end, but I don't want them too long. So last week I worked Sunday night at Kohl's from 10 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning. Came home, slept for 2 hours, then went to Hallmark and worked till 5. Got home, got to sleep until around 9, went back to Kohl's. Came home from Kohl's in the morning again, slept for another 2 hours, went back to Hallmark, and did that. Went back to Kohl's after that again. I worked Kohl's 3 days in a row in Hallmark, and Hallmark's been scheduling me 4 days. And that's not really cool, so we're going to have a talk with them, or that's going to go away, because I don't have time to do all those days there, because it's cutting into my time to work on photography, and I can schedule more portrait sessions if I have those days off, which is what the whole point of this is that I'm not working those jobs as a career, or, I mean, those are just there to get me money. So I don't know what's going to go on with that. It's kind of frustrating. You know, you feel you have an agreement with people, and then they just kind of ignore it. So, I mean, if it comes down to it, I'll walk out of that place and never walk back in. That's the nice thing about having not depending on that money. Is I get a lot of freedom from that. The reflection on my glasses is very distracting even to me. I can't imagine. It looks like I have no eyes, or I'm like doing something shady. There's not a whole lot I can do. If I look at the camera directly, then I get reflection from the screen on my glasses. So the thing to do, I guess I could just take them off. And now I can't see anything, but I don't look like like a cop pulling you over on the interstate, like some cop from the 70s with the mirrored sunglasses. So at any rate, I decided earlier in the week that I'm going to stop the podcasts that I'm doing now, and I'm still going to pick up the podcast again. If you don't know what a podcast is, look it up in Wikipedia. But I was doing 2 music shows on the internet, and I'm going to stop doing them. One was a rock show, and the other was down-tempo, trip-hop, stuff like that. And I'm not that happy about it. I'm kind of down. I don't have time between working in photography, and the money in photography is more steady. I did make money at podcasting, which is unusual. I did it by going to very specific people and spending a lot of time looking for sponsors myself, not going to companies and having them look for sponsors, because all those companies, they have tech people, they don't have salespeople, so you have to do it yourself. At any rate, and you can't just put an ad and say, hey, I sell you ad space real cheap. No, you have to go call clubs, in my case, and say, hey, you've got Band X playing this weekend, and I've got Band X playing on my show. I've got this many listeners, all that. At any rate, I changed the ad policy, some things changed, and I just didn't have time to go. And the money end of it, forget about that. I definitely didn't have money for that. I had time for that, and I definitely didn't have time to even listen to music to put a decent show together. And I'd rather spend my time working on the photography end of things, which is more of a career path than the podcasting. Audio production could become part of Happy Phantom Media, but right now, the equipment I have isn't enough to even offer very much of any audio services. I could tape a board meeting, I could tape a lecture, but there's not that much gear, and moving the gear I have, not most of it's all that portable. It's great for the podcasting. I'm definitely going to launch Tales from the Trails podcast come spring. But for right now, but by spring I won't be working 2 jobs plus photography. I'll be working 1 job maybe. I kind of like working. I like having a schedule and a place to be, which is I was hoping to keep Hallmark because it's not that much work. It's very little stress. And by that time, they'd be paying me the same as I'm getting at Kohl's. But it looks like Kohl's is the one I'm going to keep, which works out too because it's overnight. So I don't have to worry about, let me check the time here. I'm over 5, so I'm going to wrap this up. But at any rate, Kohl's is overnight, so it doesn't interrupt. I can have an open schedule during the day to just say, hey, when do you want me to take your photos or whatever for portraits and all that. And I'll be awake at night to do night shoots because I've got kind of the Dark Road project is the art project I'm working on, as well as some city streets. I want to do a project in Old Town Gaithersburg. Yeah, I'm trying to get 3 or 4 art statement projects out there with a good 30 solid photos in each, and that's going to take me weeks, months. Hoping to finish that stuff up before February, and that way next year I can try to get some shows, joint or single or whatever, and just kind of get my name out there for the art end of it, which will feed into the commercial end, which feeds into the art end, and it's all a vicious cycle. Alright, well that's it. That's where I'm at this week, and hopefully the sound was okay. I'm using this microphone instead of the built-in mic, and the video should be good because I'm going to encode it exactly the way YouTube says. And also you can catch this on YouTube if you're catching it on Zanga. I have a YouTube channel now. That's it. If you want to say something to me, you can email me at Juan at happyfandommedia.com. I don't really expect this show to have a great wide appeal, but if you're listening, you want to say something, or watching, you want to say something, go ahead and Juan at happyfandommedia.com. Alright, take it easy.